Good afternoon. Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Friday, February 11th, 2011. We had some big news come out of Egypt today. The president has, in fact, resigned. The president of Egypt has resigned from the presidency. That announcement was made by the vice president here today, and that tanked the crude oil market. Concerns over distribution disruptions over there in the Middle East now, at least psychologically, put on the back burner, and crude oil backing on off pretty good here today. Right now, crude's trading down $1.35. 85.39, 85.10 has been the low today in the nearby contract. You also saw a stronger dollar after that news was made. Bond market started moving, the dollar started going higher, up 23.80 right now at 78.56. What did that do to the grains? Well, if you were watching the soybeans, you could have said, with very little reason for error, that crude oil was down. Beans today down 17. 14.16 is where the nearby soybean contract settled up today. The high was 14.42. So you can see the movement we saw in nearby soybeans today. Also affecting soybeans is the fact that Brazil's early harvest is now underway, and we are looking for a decent crop, probably a near record crop, if not a record crop, coming out of Brazil with the late season rains that they did receive a couple weeks back. So that's affecting the nearby soybean contract. Corn, on the other hand, very strong today. Even as crude was making new lows, corn, we traded both sides of unchanged, but the corn did find strength late in the session, finished up near its highs. That nearby contract up 8 today, 706.5, 706.75 was the high on the day. We also saw new crop corn go up and get close to the contract highs we made off of the USDA report on Wednesday. It came within a penny of testing that contract high again, but also finished strong, the December crop contract. So corn looking pretty resilient so far this year, even off of news that's affecting outside markets that generally give us direction in those contracts, the corn that is, going against the grain, so to say, and going higher today. Wheat managed to pick up a little bit as well on today's session, up 4 1/4. Chicago March, 867 is where we settled up there. Over to the livestock, we had nearby fat cattle down 112.5, 107.77.5 is where we finished in the pits. Haven't heard anything regarding actual cash trade yet. I do know that the bids are at 106. The ask is primarily around 109 right now for cattle. We had the cold snap come through the Midwest this week. We should have built some weather premium in because of that. I believe that's what a lot of the rally we saw yesterday was attributed to. But now it's supposed to warm up again this weekend. Areas that were sub-zero temperatures this week are going to be up above freezing into the weekend and early next week. Some areas actually getting into the 50s again. So we could see the feedlot improve, the feedlot conditions improve greatly here in the next 7 days. We did have a Head & Shoulders top confirmed in the April fat contract. Keep an eye on that, although the April contract was right up near its highs from yesterday today at the close as well. So keep an eye on that contract. May have seen some new buying come into it, maybe guys that are short stopping out ahead of the weekend. We'll find out on Monday morning where they want to take this cattle market next. A very whippy trade recently, and also remember that you do have outside money from fund managers and whatnot in the cattle right now. All livestock overall, you got hogs over $100 in the deferred contract. So livestock overall, we do see a significantly higher amount of speculative money in the livestock than we have in years past. The hogs today nearby, or I should say April contract, the nearbys go off the board on Monday. So April now is what we're going to be turning our attention to. 92.37.5, down 132.5 in the hogs. And that's about it for this week. Big news out of Egypt that's going to probably move the markets here, as the electronics continue trading today. And then when we open up again on Sunday night, any new developments as far as grain being bought from Egypt. We did have a tender come through for wheat last night for U.S. grain. concern I have is where they're going to go with it. When are they going to accept delivery on it? Because there's already ships waiting to get in. Ships that are already in over there are waiting to be unloaded because the dock workers and whatnot have been on strike, protesting the presidency out there. So there's a lot of political issues that need to be resolved before I think that country gets back into the swing of things, if you will, as far as importing and exporting commodities. So stay tuned here at Allendale. We'll keep you abreast as best we can as to what's going on. Thanks for tuning in this week. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.